Let's talk about Teams. So in this session, we're going to talk a bit about one of the features that will now be auto-enabled in Teams.
And it's one of my favorites. I'm really in love the voice isolation.
I haven't tried it yet because it's not in my tenant, so I'm really looking forward to it.
And you're really missing something. I mean, just for speed up, what are we talking about? We are talking about where you in your Teams client, you record some pre-defined message, so Microsoft knows your voice DNA, and then we have probably seen all the videos where you're standing in a coffee shop in a crowd or something like that, and it all takes your voice and put it in.
Yeah, so basically what they're going to do by auto-enable, that would be the voice recognition and the face recognition, right?
Yeah. Today you need to do some PowerShell magic, and you need to, because you cannot do it in the Teams Admin Center, some PowerShell magic where you in the meeting policy enable this one, and then the users can go in and define it. Also with that one is that when you record your voice or your pictures, like do the recording of your face, right now you can go into Teams Admin Center Administrator and I can download your biometric information. That is kind of a problem. There are some people GDPR-wise, and so it's not that good that I can sit and get pictures of all that. So that will change together when I think it's actually rolling out that part now, that you cannot download it in Teams Admin Center, but you can only as a person go into your Teams client and say, well, recognize, export it, so you can get your own data. Because
so you can actually export it?
Yeah, you can export your data.
Yeah.
Nobody else in the organization can do it. And another question I get a lot is, where is it stored? Well, actually it's stored together with Exchange and stores under in your cloud profile. So it's not something that an administrator can access, but it's still stored up in cloud.
Yeah.
But what is the new thing that's coming here with auto-enabling?
I think the biggest part for me, and probably like Marcus is saying, it's not enabled in my tenant, so I can't really use it. That is that it will now be auto-enabled instead of that IT admin needed to go and do the PowerShell scripting. By the way, it wasn't really described very well in the start how they actually enable it.
It was more for intelligent speak for meeting room. That's where we find all the documentation. It was not.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that right now when they do, or right now in the early next year, when they do the auto-enable of it, then of course the IT admin can go and disable it, but that will probably not all do that. So hopefully our IT department
they will be lazy.
But then it means that it will be possible for us to go and do it ourselves instead of reaching out to the IT admins and ask them to do it. And I think the cool part is like you were saying voice isolation.
Yeah.
And then also for CoPilot about
transcription. Exactly, that's what really.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's, let's face it, it's actually not a new thing. That intelligent speak has been out with some certified devices and so on for years now. It really pushes through now because when we're doing the transcripts and so on with CoPilot or Teams Premium license, we don't get who is actually saying in the room. Like if we three were sitting in the room, we just say meeting room 1 says whatever we are saying. Michael is saying.
You would not even have a person 1, person 2, person 3 because they would
just had all mix of a.
Yeah. Now you don't need. Sorry. Now you don't need that specific certified device.
Nope.
For the intelligent speaker. Now all the devices support it.
Exactly.
Microsoft will do their stuff in the cloud, and then we could be recognized as a person instead of meeting room A. So I think that's quite cool.
Yeah, and one very important thing is that it's still internal. Like if we were in the same company, we're sitting in a meeting, then it works. If I go out and join a meeting at another customer or another company or something like that, with my account, of course my biometric data is not moved to that one. So it's within the tenant, so there's still some restriction on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. And you still need to be invited to the meeting. Before being able to be recognized.
Imagine that you are, I don't know, 500,000 users in the tenant and somebody just open up and say, hello! Imagine the list and go through, okay, who was that? So, but
it will be interesting in a town hall where all the colleagues,
but again, it will need a meeting, so that will be a town hall. So.
Yeah, but it's still based on...
It's still a meeting?
But there are some limitation. I can't remember. There are actually some amounts of maximum that we can handle in a meeting room. So if you have 200 people in a meeting room, it don't.
It wouldn't make sense. But if we were 4, 5, 6 people, or maybe 8 people, that
10
would
or 12 or something
sense.
like that. So,
exactly. So I think that's quite cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else? You actually tested voice isolation as well, right?
I love it.
Yeah.
I have tested it both on certified devices and non-certified devices. I've tested on my PC. I use it. I love it. It's default on all my meetings. I'm really big fan of it.
Especially the one where we were having a meeting the last time I was here. And I was speaking and Michael couldn't hear us.
I couldn't hear anything at all.
It works. And a little note on that one. If you are in a meeting, and that happens, the Lars and I sitting together and you on the far end.
Yeah.
And if Lars begin talking, it will actually come up and put a little note saying, just so you're aware, it sounds like you're in a room where two people are speaking in your voice
so
isolation.
there will be a sticker.
Do you want to disable voice isolation for this meeting? And then you can hear, that was actually what happened was, so that scenario is really what we experienced.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that.
And Carsten was fast hitting no.
No, it's a meeting with Michael and I. Just stay out of it. No,
yeah. So I think
really
it's
love
quite
it.
cool. And I think we also had the discussion previously around that the different manufacturers can do stuff on their, for instance, headsets and phones and stuff like that, but they can actually work in combination. So I think it's a really cool thing that it doesn't mean that you can use any headset or use a lousy device for doing your Teams call. You could still use a nice device.
The better quality coming up to the cloud where the voice isolation is
the
happening.
microphone is
It's key,
here.
right? So when it touches the cloud, then it will be able to take all the background noise away.
All those meetings were, and I hate those people with those stupid Apple headset where it's even with a wire with a stupid microphone sitting here. I can hear what you guys say, but you are destroying the meeting. Voice isolation on those ones are really key because they really help that we don't get all the background noise and we only get that person. So I hate to say that's probably where you see the best effect.
But voice isolation, as I don't have it, would it also work on your mobile phone?
Not yet.
Okay.
But it would be nice.
Yeah, it would be nice to have it on the mobile phone because I assume that it also will work on the Teams phone if it's coming to that part as well. Because
right now it's the Mac and PC client what works and the meeting rooms for.
So
of course not voice isolation, but voice recognition. You don't want voice isolation in a meeting room.
No.
Well, maybe sometimes.
Sometimes it would be nice to put it out. But yeah, and I just a little note on when you're recording your voice. I was sitting with one of the top brands headset, really nice. I was in my office where acoustics is fine, and I was by myself. And when I did the first recording, say, you need a better microphone or you need a more quiet room. I was just, I cannot optimize this one. This will be the only time where I'm recommending not to use a fancy headset, anything. Take your laptop, go into a nice quiet room, and then do the recording. Because we want your voice as raw as possible.
I was doing the same, even though that I was using just the laptop, but it asked me for a few times to go to a more quiet environment.
Mine went the first time. Took the laptop, just disconnect everything, and just got my laptop microphone, which I admit is rubbish. I mean, it's really bad, but it's just understood it right away. So
exactly. So with that said, I think that we should wrap this one up around voice recognition, face recognition, and also
biometrics,
voice isolation, biometrics. So I don't really care if you get my biometrics, but I get it from a standpoint that you shouldn't
I don't
be
care
able to
either.
do.
I mean, you can see our faces everywhere.
So.
Okay, but thanks a lot for watching. This was Let's Talk About Teams.